Okay, so here on Quora, this says, can the military just quit their job? Can I just quit? And here he says, no, they just can't quit. This is from former Staff Sergeant, paralegal specialist Steven Gallagher, or Stefan, maybe, I'm not sure. Paralegal specialist in the U.S. Air Force, 1986 to 1994. Now, and he says that enlisted members can't quit. They have an obligation of 8 years of service. During that time frame, a service member is beholden to the U.S. Armed Forces until the service period of time is elapsed or they've been released early. Being in the military is different from the civilian employment. Service members don't have an option to call out sick. They must go to work sick and be seen by a doctor. That is true. It is a criminal offense to pretend to be sick to get out of duty. It's a criminal offense to show up late, leave duty without permission, or not show up at all. Absenting oneself during their duty section for more than 30 days without leave is considered desertation. Desertation is a crime which has a maximum allowable punishment of death. Now, why don't they put that down at the border? If you enter the United States illegally, you can be sentenced to death. They should put those signs at the border in all 200 plus languages from around the world. Put up a big sign that says, if you come into the United States illegally and you're a legal citizen, by federal law, it's punishable by death. Do you think that would help lower some of the illegal border crossings? I don't know. It might not do so good for travel and tourism either. I don't think. So, in short, military members don't have the option to quit. However, they can be released early. This can be as a result of such circumstances as misconduct, failure to adapt, family hardship, medical disqualification, or educational opportunities. In some cases, the service member might apply for an early release, but the decision is one-sided and it's up to the commander. On the flip side, there are commissioned officers. Most officers have a minimum service commitment based on their training. Once they've completed the service commitment, they can choose to resign their commission. It doesn't happen instantly. They must submit the paperwork and wait for resignation to be accepted. That would take weeks or months. Once accepted, they are released. And that's the same thing with crimes. So when a soldier commits a crime in the military, they get away with the crime and they just stay there for months and months and months until they're released. So if they don't actually put them in the civilian jail, well, the civilian police actually turn them over to the federal government. They turn them back over to the federal government.